There are a lot of animals out there that simply do not like each other at all. Every possible weapon deployed, and heads will roll. Many just stroll by with their nose in the air, but others take it one step further, desperate to show who is the boss of the situation. Many animals defend their territory with devastating consequences. From the tense standoff between leopard and lion, to a vicious battle to the death between two colonies of hornets. Welcome to the Nexus channel. Here are the 15 craziest fights in the animal kingdom. Make sure you watch till the end. You'll be surprised by the power of the last two contenders. Black mambas have very few enemies in the wild, and there's a good reason for that. There wouldn't be too many other animals stupid enough to take on this deadly snake. No wonder one of the girls from Kill Bill Squad had the name of this deadly snake. So it's not surprising that it has a bit of a reputation, wouldn't you say? This clip shows the lethal snake getting into an altercation with a mongoose, who has his own reputation to uphold. Not only is it lightning fast, but it has razor-sharp teeth and can usually hold its own with a suitable opponent. So which one of these two mortal enemies will be left standing in the winner's circle at the final bell? One of the most venomous snakes in the world? Or the brave little mongoose notorious for killing snakes? Next, we have Rhino versus water buffalo. These two animals have an old rivalry in the African savanna and often clash for territory. This fight shows how intense and devastating the battle can be, as both the animals are very evenly matched. The rhino was able to get an early advantage, which allows it to attack again and again with its colossal horn, completely destroying the buffalo in the process. There's something especially spectacular about seeing one top predator attacking and killing another top predator. And that's precisely what happens when an eagle meets a cheetah. Battle of the earth versus the air. How can it possibly happen? Are we watching Avatar: The Last Airbender? However, the legendary cheetah speed takes time to develop, and cheetah cubs are nowhere near as fast as the adults. As we can see in this video, sometimes they end up as prey for eagles. This African hawk eagle has stolen a cheetah cub, and the cat is no match for the powerful claws and beak of the bird. However, Mother Cheetah will not let this tragedy go unpunished, and climbs the tree to maul the eagle. Extraordinary attempt, but unfortunately, nothing could save the cub. In the Amazon, it would be fair to say that it's not often a crocodile is taken by surprise, but this clip shows it does happen. The Anaconda spends almost all of its time in and around the water. The caiman is an alligator that is one of the smallest crocodile species. In this video, the caiman doesn't appear fully grown. Indeed, no match for the Anaconda, who snatches it out of the water using its sheer muscle power to constrict the life out of the poor animal. The caiman's legs were broken in the struggle, but it didn't give up, eventually managing to bite the snake's neck long enough for it to let go and slither off. Unfortunately, the damage was done, and the caiman later died. The cruel animal world, or circle of life? This insane fight was filmed somewhere in the plains of Africa. The lion jumps up to bite at the giraffe's neck. Still, the giraffe manages to body slam the lion in the chest, pummeling it to the ground and then kicking it repeatedly. Not letting the lion recover in the end, the giraffe proves victorious. This is one struggle that's pretty rare in the wild, but was caught on camera by a group of tourists on a guided safari in a Zimbabwe park. What they saw was something genuinely unexpected: an adult lioness grappling wildly with a young female elephant. While the elephant might have been young, she was far from a pushover, and although clearly angered and in pain from the lion's teeth and claws digging into her skin and ears. But this baby elephant was not going to become anyone's dinner. The elephant screams and has the strength to swing the big lion around in the air, but this is one determined predator, and those jaws are gripping hard. Finally, the elephant figures out its strategy and lowers its head to push against the lion on the floor. If one giant killer hornet is enough to send shivers down your spine, imagine a whole army of them. A ghastly scene met this videographer who filmed a war between two colonies. These vicious winged characters pulled out all the tricks when it comes to beating their opponents. With resources, territories, and survival of a new generation at stake, it was a fight to the death. As the battle unfolds, the giant hornets use all manner of techniques, each risking their life for their kingdom. Not only does its stinger pack a severe punch, but that's not the only weaponry in its arsenal. These things are lethal. This is a story about an unfortunate lone shark swimming through the peaceful ocean when suddenly an octopus disguised as coral grabs it from underneath and starts to wrestle the life from its body. The shark tries to fight back, but there's not much you can do as the octopus already has a grip. This crocodile made an abysmal choice when it decided to invade a group of over 30 hippos, including babies. The hippos immediately go into attack mode and swarm the crocodile in a sea of huge teeth and giant bodies. The crocodile seems to be eventually chased away by the watchful hippos. Here, two of nature's most fascinating insect species going for it in a battle to the death. Bees and ants can find themselves in regular conflict. And while alone against several ants isn't much of a contest despite the size difference, when both creatures form into swarms, the bees can begin to balance things out in strength. The tenacity of ants is formidable, but bees do of course have the advantage of flight and a nasty sting, which they can administer, although paying the ultimate price of death, as the act of stinging kills bees. Both of these creatures are examples of animals who truly live for the greater good, and an ant or bee will lay its own life down to defend the hive or colony. Bizarre slime cannon attack! If you're not a fan of worms, this character is the stuff of nightmares. Pink, squishy, horrendously long. With an unnatural amount of legs, the velvet worm looks more like a caterpillar without the color and fuzzy fur coat. The invertebrate has an extended antenna, a cartoonish face, and a body built of concentric rings. Not unlike that of the famous Michelin Man, but nowhere near as fun. These creatures have also been on Earth a heck of a lot longer than the Michelin Tire Company's mascot and have a unique talent. They can shoot jets of slime at their prey. Each worm has a pair of slime glands located below their antenna, and from there, they can squirt a sticky, milky white goo. This substance covers the victim in a net of slime, immobilizing it for more comfortable eating. It's disgusting to watch, but can you imagine how its victims must feel trapped in goo, unable to move and waiting to be devoured? It sounds a lot like the plot of a horror movie, don't you agree? Badger vs. Fox. One of the most bitter fights on this list. In Yellowstone National Park, this badger encroached on a mama fox's land, trying to hunt her kids. The fox battled ferociously, trying to get the badger out of her hole. Still, in the end, the badger won, and both of the mama fox's kids unfortunately died. Wolf pack versus bear. This video shows just how threatening a wolf pack can be. A bear seems to be foraging when it's confronted by a pack of wolves. The wolves gang up on the bear and start attacking it. The bear is a formidable opponent itself, but it starts retreating. However, that's not enough for the wolves. They push their attack, and some of the wolves get swiped by the bear's paws in retaliation. Leopard versus lion. Is that a battle of the century? This fight begins with a leopard sleeping peacefully, unaware that a lion is about to attack him. This would be a rude awakening. The lion viciously charges the leopard and he jumps up, unaware of what's going on. Then, he quickly realizes he's in grave danger. Luckily for the leopard, its reflexes are fast enough. It jumps up and escapes, eventually hiding in a tree. Something more we've expected from the kings of the animal kingdom. Finally, what we came for in the first place. If leopard and lion can't give us the show, they will. Meat, duck versus chicken. Here are two creatures whose names do not naturally spring to mind when the subject of the greatest warriors of the animal kingdom. In fact, if anything, the word chicken is synonymous with the exact opposite of bravery, being a word as old as anyone can remember to describe cowards. On the other hand, ducks are kind of the bad boys of the animal world, known for their aggressive, bad-tempered behavior towards one another. As we can see in this video though, the alpha hen of the Orpington chicken breed showed little fear in confronting this male Muscovy duck. Despite being outgunned by the duck's long bill and at a significant weight disadvantage, in the end, the big duck won the day, and the towel was thrown in to save the poor hen from being hurt. But maybe chickens aren't quite so chicken after all. It shouldn't be forgotten that the humble chicken is the closest living relative of none other than the Tyrannosaurus Rex. How about the Tyrannosaurus Rex versus some of the animal kingdom? Sadly, not today.